This broadcast of Icebergs Hockey on the Icebergs Television Network is brought to you by Stoughton Hospital. For more than 100 years, our neighbors in the Stoughton area have trusted Stoughton Hospital to provide personalized, forward-thinking expert health care. Stoughton Hospital is a proud supporter of WSTO programming, trusted care close to home in both Stoughton and Oregon. Stoughton Trailers is proud to support Stoughton High School athletics. Come join the family. Apply now on our career page at stoughtontrailers.com. Four Lakes Broadband, robust business-class residential fixed wireless internet service with great customer service. The Icebergs Television Network is powered by the Stoughton Sports Network. Welcome to the Mant Center for high school girls hockey tonight on WSTO TV and the Icebergs Television Network. James Weingard with you from the Mant Center in Stoughton on this Friday night, the 6th of December. And we welcome you in for girls hockey tonight, where the Icebergs host the Lakeshore Lightning. And tonight, the 0-5 Icebergs are coming in. And we'll get their games here for you. Just ran away from me. Icebergs coming in off of a 4-3 loss against the Warbirds in Fond du Lac on Saturday, the 30th of November. So this is their first game in 6 days. Icebergs have lost 10-3 against the Metrolynx, 9-0 against the Cap City Cougars, 6-1 against Northland Pines, 13-2 against the Fox City Stars, and again, as you mentioned, 4-3. They came up short by 1 in a tournament in Fond du Lac last weekend. They'll be back in action tomorrow afternoon. Will the Icebergs against Black River Falls, and that game you can see on the Stoughton Sports Network. Speaking of, if you're looking for basketball tonight, be sure to check out boys basketball, which is going on right now live over on the Stoughton Sports Network. Meanwhile, the Lakeshore Lightning comes in out of the Eastern Shores Conference, and they are currently at 2-2-1. They started the season with a tie against the USM Wildcats, lost to Arrowhead 2-0. They beat Medford 11-3, beat the Badger Lightning out of the Badger Conference 5-2, and lost to the Cap City Cougars by a score of 4-3. We will get the starting lineups in the national anthem, and then we will start this non-conference game between the Icebergs and the Lakeshore Lightning in just a second.
Tonight's game features the visiting Lakeshore Lightning against our Icebergs.
And right now we'll start off with the starting lineup first for the Lakeshore Lightning.
And now the starting lineups for the Lightning. Starting in goal, 0-0, Tammy McCardle. On defense, number 14, Brianna Blanc. Also on defense, number 37, Ellie Fisher. At forward, number 12, Gwen Sherrill. Also at forward, number 15, Jolie Harrison. And at center, number 97, Lauren McMahon. Followed by the rest of the Lightning, and the Lightning coaches are coached by Kyle Peterson, assisted by Shannon Bartlett, Marissa Weber, Aaron Martin, Madeline Tank, and Mike Verplain. And now for the Icebergs, starting in goal, number 28, Ava Gruner. On defense, number 18, Sophia Macero. Also on defense, number 20, Kelsey Wolder. At forward, number 23, Sammy Nelson. Also at forward, number 26, Hannah
are the starting lineups for the Icebergs and the Lakeshore Lightning tonight. And before we get this game faced off, we will pause for just a moment. National anthem coming up. Great to have you with us here from the Mann Center in Stoughton for Icebergs Hockey.
Now to honor America, those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able stand for national anthem.
All right, there's our national anthem, and we are all set and ready to go for high school girls hockey tonight from the Mann Center. Taylor Nishes, Sophia Macero, Kelsey Waldner, Sammy Nelson, Hannah Weber, and Avon Gruner are the starters for the Icebergs. Cami McCardle in goal for the Lightning. Gwen Shirella, Brianna Pfaff, Joelle Erickson, Ellie Fisher, and Lauren McCormack for the Lakeshore Lightning. Head coach for the Lightning is Kyle Peterson, and Zoe Kurth is the head coach for the Icebergs. And again, the Lakeshore Lightning coming into this game from the Eastern Shores Conference, so this is a non-conference game. Like the Icebergs, of course, in the Badger Conference. And again, the Lightning are 2-2-1. Icebergs at 0-5 currently. A little bit of an odd start to the game, well, to the evening tonight, as they Zamboni'd a little early. And so they went straight from warm-ups tonight right into the game. No resurfacing between warm-ups and the start of the game. And now we are ready to go, and the Icebergs have the puck first and up the near side wall. Play goes on in front of the Lakeshore bench. Chopped up in the air and into the bench, and we get a stoppage of play right away with just 10 seconds gone. Face-off coming just outside the Lightning zone, right down below us. And the face-off hammered in to the Lightning zone. Icebergs play along the near side wall, now pushed ahead by Gwen Shirella for Lakeshore. Shot goes wide of the mark and into the corner. Icebergs try and clear it out of the zone. Lakeshore will not allow that to happen for the time being. Now the Icebergs should be able to get it out. They do right at the blue line. And they play among 4 or 5 people over there and finally poked along a little further back toward the Lightning zone. Icebergs have it back, and they chip it in high off the glass, did Taylor Nishes. Full line change taken here by the Icebergs as all 5 players come off and are replaced. Poked back in by the Icebergs, and the play goes on here at center ice right down below us. Long pass across over to the other side. That's Erin Olson who carries it in. Olson knocks it down to the corner, and she will have it back in the corner. Tried to play it back out toward the point, but intercepted. Lightning tip it out, and here they come on a 2-on-1 potential break back the other way. It's Noelle Simbro, and she got muscled out of the play, and it's actually Anna Gontarski. And they send it back behind the net over to the other side where Lauren Curtis waits for it. Centering pass is knocked aside. Icebergs will be able to get it out of the zone and start the rush. Haley Hefel has it. Haley to the top of the circle, now through the slot. And off of the stick of Rachel Louise. No, it isn't either. That's Erin Olson. She dumps it down to the corner. 15:20 to play first period. And this will be icing against the Lightning as they send it all the way back down to the Icebergs' end. So the clock stops with 15:14 to play in the opening period. Face-off coming from the Lakeshore zone. And the Lightning have it. They play it hard behind the net. And it'll be tracked down by Taylor Nishis over here in the corner. Out to the circle. Here's a shot, and that goes just wide to the right from Hannah Weber. And then the loose puck comes back out toward the point, battled around and pinballed around. Finally, the Icebergs come away with it into the slot. Taylor Nishis has it, backhand shot. Tried to get it, and they get it down to Hannah Weber, who puts it in. And with 14:52 to go in the first period, the Icebergs have the early lead.
26 from 10. Ed 20. 20. Also 20.
So Taylor Nishis and Kelsey Waldner will get assists for the goal by Hannah Weber. And the Icebergs lead 1-0.
Hannah Weber, number 26, assisted by number 10, Taylor Nishis, and number 20, Kelsey Waldner.
There's the official announcement. Puck back out to neutral ice, and this is backhanded in. Icing called against the Lightning, and so a face-off back down to their zone with 14:29 to play in the first period. The Icebergs leading 1-0. We're 2.5 minutes deep here in the first period. Icebergs up by 1, and the face-off is drawn down toward the corner. Lightning control. They play it hard around the backboard over to this near side, top of the circle. Rachel Louise will bring it down, Haley Hefel with it. Her shot goes off of a stick wide to the left, and the loose puck up along the far side. Big collision over there, and a nice save by the Icebergs, and then poked out. Sydney Schipper with it now as she retreats back to her own blue line. Pushed ahead, Allison Kellner. And now taken away by the Icebergs, bottom of the circle, moving in toward the goal. Shot, save made by McCardle. Loose puck is sent over to the far side wall. Puck right at the blue line. And now all the way back down to the Iceberg end, and an icing call will be coming up against the Lightning. 13:46 left in the first. Hannah Weber with the early goal for the Icebergs. Icebergs with team members from McFarland, Stoughton, Deerfield, Oregon, Monona Grove, and Evansville. And off the face-off, it will be the Lightning controlling as it goes behind McCardle. Taken away for a moment, now tracked down over here on this side by Taylor Nishis. Out to the point, held up there, bounding puck through the slot and into the corner. And then giving chase is Ellie Fisher. Back into the circle now. The Icebergs trying to get it back toward the middle. One of the players got tripped up. Fisher comes away with it for the Lightning and poked away at the red line. Back is Lauren McCormack for Lakeshore. Over to this side, played behind the referee up along the near side wall. Nishis had it for a moment, played right at the blue line. Nishis has it back. Poked along, and this will not be icing. Icebergs get a line change as the puck goes sliding into the corner. And we tick under 13 minutes left, and one of the players' sticks. That was Megan Carr, got her stick blade hung up in the Zamboni door, and it caromed out of her hands hard into the corner. She went and retrieved it. Here's a centering pass and a shot that goes just wide from Sydney Shipper to the left. Puck right in front at the top of the crease. They hammer around on it, still loose. They wave it off, and Cammie McCardle able to find a handle on it. She's the goalie for Lakeshore, a junior from West Bend East. Lakeshore co-op team, West Bend East, West Bend West, Cedarburg, Slinger, Grafton, Homestead, Port Washington, so Germantown, all around the northwest area of Milwaukee. Puck into the Iceberg zone. That's a giveaway to Guntarski. Guntarski picking her way around traffic. Shot, save, rebound loose at the top of the crease, and then finally covered up by Gruner, and she will hold on. .12:15 left in the first period. Face off in the Iceberg zone, won for a moment by Lakeshore, but then they got muscled out of the play, and the Icebergs able to get it out. Played right along the red line, collected by Kellner. Kellner across the blue line, taken away by the Icebergs, and that is Taylor Nicious. And now up the near side wall, that is taken right back by Lakeshore. Turning the corner is Kellner. She carries it in, played off of a stick, high into the air, down to the corner now, behind the net. Under 12 minutes to play, first period. Centering pass goes through the slot, and everybody missed. Here's a wind-up blast, top of the circle, and that's intercepted by Kelsey Waldner, and she'll start the rush up the far side. Waldner picking her way through traffic, flips it down to the corner as it caroms behind the net with 11.5 minutes to play. Sammy Nelson gets neutralized into the corner, and the puck comes free. Anna Guntarski with it, taken off of her stick. There to collect it, though, is Joelle Erickson. Now the Icebergs start the rush back the other way, and first to play it's going to be Fisher for the Lightning down to the near side corner. 11:10 to go in the first. Popped high in the air, glove down at the blue line by Lakeshore, and this is going to be Sydney Bartlett for a moment. Bartlett working with teammate Gwen Sharella. Bartlett will go and chase it down, but first to play it was Rachel Louise as it goes behind the net. Now toward the middle. Icebergs play it high off the boards and back down to the corner once again where Sophia Macero has it. Erin Olson pushes it up along the far side wall. 10:40 left in the first period at the circle. Down to the corner now. Big collision in front of the net. No call there. A wraparound opportunity. And into the slot. Finally kicked away to the circle. Here's a sliding shot. Save made. Rebound off the top of the shoulder. And still loose. Another point blank shot. And it's still piled up there. And it finally squirts free over to the near side corner. Here's a shot that's caromed off of a stick and goes over to the half circle. And poked along down to the corner where Erin Olson waits for it. Coming up on 10 minutes left in the first period. Up along the near side wall now at center ice. They play down right down here below us. And now it will be the Icebergs coming up with it. Izzy Newton moving in with a shot. And it's wide to the left. The rebound comes back to the point and then kicked along by the Icebergs. Sammy Nelson had it. And she got her stick held as well, so that's why she had to kick at it. Near side on the top of the circle, Cammie McGinn from McFarland. Puck loose out to neutral ice now. Hayful across to the other side. Played off the board. Hannah Weber across the blue line. Weber with a shot, and that one gets redirected wide to the right. The loose puck comes over here to the near side corner, and it will be Guntarski sending around the backboard over to the far side, and the Lightning will start the rush. They get around Hayful, and this is going to be Kellner with it. Kellner with a shot. And that hits the side of the net. Big collision and a big pileup. Here's a loose puck and another shot, and it's a score. A weak rebound, and the Lightning found the handle on it. They were able to get it back across the goal line, and we're tied at 1.
19-7-17. 19 with a goal.
So time of the goal is 8:55. And Anna Gontarski will get credit for the goal. So we're tied at 1 with 9 minutes to play here in the first period. Puck comes out to neutral ice now. Brianna Pfaff has it for Lakeshore. Played at the blue line, sent in by Hannah Weber. Down to the corner now. Pfaff trying to shake Sammy Nelson as her defender. And shadow, I might add. Back out to the blue line, loose puck, and that slides through everybody, and Cammie McCardle able to get a visual on it just before it got to her. Now pass across, this will be intercepted and sent in by Caitlin Kennedy. 8:25 left in the first. Rachel Louise has it for the Icebergs up the far side. Sent right back in. Rachel's got it back, and they gets hung up in some skates out at the neutral ice. Now sent back into the Lakeshore zone. And here come the Lightning. Touched in by McCormick. Bounding puck out to neutral. Erin Olsen collects it off of a stick. Erin's got it back in her skates, but we've got an offside call against the Icebergs. So face-off coming just outside the Lightning zone here with just under 8 minutes left here in the first. 7:56 is the exact number, and we are tied at 1. Bounding puck at the red line, now sent toward the Iceberg zone. Heffel with it, and now she'll turn the Jets on, start a rush with her bright yellow stick. Lightning able to clear it, sent back in, delayed offside. Now everybody touches up, but not before Lauren Curtis starts a rush for the Lightning. She gets it back, but an offside call as Margot Moeller was in one stride ahead. Seven and a half minutes to play in the first period. Puck bounced off the penalty box doors and now settled down by Taylor Nishes. A little drop pass, but nobody there except Lightning players. And now here they come back with a 2-on-2. Bartlett to the near side, and that's poked off of a stick nicely defensively by the Icebergs, and it comes back out to neutral ice. 7 minutes to go in the first. Hannah Weber bounces it off the boards, played by Lakeshore. 3 different players had a look at it for Lakeshore, and finally they are able to settle it down and into the corner. Sophia Macero up along the near side. Out to neutral now, where Brianna Pfaff waits for it. Icebergs have it. Hannah Weber flips it up into the air, and McCardle sends it to one of her teammates. That pass was intercepted. Centering pass, nobody home. And now it'll be picked up by Savannah Kosansky for the Lightning. Icebergs have it back in their own zone. They send it back this way, and that's a giveaway in the middle of the ice, right at the blue line. That'll be an offside if the Lightning touch it. They don't. Here's a long pass ahead. Erin Olsen with it on the near side. Shot goes well wide to the right. The rebound comes back to Izzy Newton along the far side. Now cleared out. If the Lightning get it, it's going to be a possible break, and they touch it before it gets into the icing area. Popped up high in the air, glove down at the top of the circle. Shot, save made, and still loose, poked at it. They try and get a handle on it. It goes to the side of the net, and now they come up to the near side, and right in front again. Referee still won't blow his whistle. Now he finally does as she covers it up. Evan Gruner, the goalie, freshman goalie for the Icebergs from Stoughton. 5:39 to play in the first, tied at 1. Face off in the Iceberg zone and played by the Icebergs. Macero. Puck loose behind the net, now picked up by the Lightning. They'll send it back this way. Less than 5.5 minutes to play. Hard off the boards along the near side coming up toward the Icebergs bench. Back behind the net, and it'll trickle and slide its way over to the far side. Player had it pinned up along the wall, now finally cleared out by the Icebergs, and this will be icing if it gets to the goal line, and it does. So 5:02 to go. Face-off back down to the Iceberg zone after the icing call. Icebergs looking for their first win of the season. They're currently at 0-5. And Lakeshore 2-2-1 coming into tonight's game. Popped out toward the point, held up there. Big pile up, loose puck over here to the circle on this side, and then collected by the Icebergs, played off the wall, and then out to neutral. Heffel with it at the red line, sent into the Lightning zone. Taylor Nishis will not allow it to clear back above the blue line as it slides into the corner here on this side, and Emily Erpenbeck is first to play it. Nishis had it for a moment at the side of the net. Comes back out to the point. Now Nishis has it in the slot, but can't control it. She goes over and wrestles with Margot Moeller. Ends up down in the corner. Puck slides behind the net now with McCormack controlling. And they'll start the rush up the middle. Touched in by Moeller. They'll chase it down into the corner. Played hard along to the top of the circle. Centering pass knocked aside. And a spinning puck slides its way back down to the other end. Savannah Kasansky first to play it for Lakeshore as we hit 4 minutes left in the first period. Kasansky still with it. A 2-on-3 back the other way for Lakeshore. Kasansky moving in, and defense says that's enough of that. Back the other way come the Icebergs. Sydney Shipper came from nowhere to try and intercept that pass. Puck comes loose to the middle and settled down by Lakeshore. Back the other way is Caitlin Kennedy. Here's a blast, and that goes wide to the left. 3.5 minutes left in the first. Now come the Icebergs, and that is going to be Erin Olson. Olson with a shot. Save made by McCardle, and she holds on, and the clock stops with 3:25.
Just a reminder, we're going to be having a chuck of duck between the second and third period. You can buy your ducks there by the entrance. Our TV crew's already bought one.
2-on-1 break now coming back for Lakeshore. Centering pass intercepted, and nice job by the Icebergs defensively to get back and interrupt what could have been a very good scoring opportunity. Olson, now Shipper with it, and she shakes her head in disgust as the puck comes over to Izzy Newton. Newton into the Lakeshore zone, and that's taken away as the pass was heading toward Shipper. Back the other way comes Kennedy. Nice pass across, and an offside call. Allison Kellner was offside. 2:50 to play. I laughed before because they were talking about between the second and third periods, they do a little rubber duck and they toss it out toward the center circle. They call it chuck-a-duck. It's a little game that they play for some prizes, and we've got one up here with us tonight, and we'll play between the second and third period. And said our TV crew has already gotten their chuck-a-duck for later on, so good to get a little recognition. Bounding puck across the way and back toward the blue line. Now the Lightning come back with it. Shirella has it. Shirella interrupted over to the corner now. 2:13 to play. And swept out by the Icebergs, and this should be icing, and it is. 2 minutes and 6 seconds time remaining here in the first period in a 1-1 game between the Lakeshore Lightning and the Icebergs. Face off in the Iceberg zone after the icing call. And this puck comes to the middle of the ice and now back out toward the blue line. Lauren Curtis gets away from the defense as we tick under 2 minutes to go in the first. Over to the near side now. In the corner. Out to the high slot. Curtis has it back at the point. Her shot is knocked down by Erin Olson. And then the Lightning will not allow the puck back outside the zone. 1:40 to play in the first period. Icebergs trying desperately to get it out of the zone. Lakeshore still in control as we are under a minute and a half now. Icebergs finally get control of it at the far side circle. Ends up underneath a body over there. Now a couple of bodies. Curtis again at the top of the circle, and that shot goes just wide on the stick side of Avon Gruner, the Icebergs goalie. 1:10 left. Anna Guntarski pushes it back toward the Iceberg blue line. Rachel Louise tracks it down for the Icebergs, and we are less than a minute to go in the opening period. Here's a quick shot. Bounding puck. Here's a shot. High shelf and a score for Anna Guntarski. .53 seconds left in the first period.
1937. I think that's the year I was born. 1937.
So Guntarski picks up her second goal tonight to make it 2-1 with 53 seconds left in the first period. Taylor Nishis at the blue line on the far side. Now Sammy Nelson with it across the blue line. 38, 37, 36 seconds left in the first. Right along the goal line, now top of the circle, poked along and out of the zone. Icebergs won't let that rush start. Nelson has it back. Nishis gives chase. Back toward the blue line. Heffel not able to hold the zone. 14 seconds, 13 and 12 to go in the first period. Nishis drops it back into her own zone. Nobody will have a whack at it here to do any more damage as we have reached the end of the first period with our score. The Lakeshore Lightning 2 and the Icebergs 1. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Second period coming up. This is high school girls hockey non-conference play from the Mann Center in Stoughton on the Icebergs Television Network.
Looking for employment? Ready to brag to your friends about bringing your skills to the next level? Step up to Stoughton Trailers. We offer a wide range of employment opportunities and great benefits in a job that starts where you want, when you want, and can change everything. No experience required. Apply now.
Take a step back to yesteryear. Friday nights from 5 until midnight, WSTO will be featuring classic movies, including such titles as The Brain That Wouldn't Die, His Girl Friday, and more. Friday night movies from 5 p.m. until midnight on WSTO TV and online at WSTO.tv.
At Stoughton Hospital, you're always more than just a patient. Let our award-winning staff show you the best possible care, starting with accepting all area insurances. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care close to home.
Back at the Mann Center tonight for high school girls hockey, it is the Lakeshore Lightning from the Eastern Shores Conference with a 2-1 lead over the Icebergs. And in the first period, it was Hannah Weber for the Icebergs getting things started with a goal at 2:08, and the Icebergs led 1-0. At 8:55, Anna Gontarski got the Lightning on the board, and they tied it up, or she tied it up at 1. And then with 53 seconds left in the first period, Kantarski picked up another goal to get us to where we are at the moment, and that is a Lightning lead of 2-1. There's a look at the Stoughton Hospital stats report. 2-1 Lightning over the Icebergs, 10 shots on goal and 7 for the Icebergs, 6 saves for Cammie McCardle and 8 saves in the first period for the freshman goalie for the Icebergs, Avon Gruner, and no penalties in that first period. The Iceberg Television Network can be found on lots of different stations, icebergstv.com, also facebook.com/WSTO TV, on Twitter, at WSTO TV. And if you stream us online, you can also find us in high definition. So that's always a good thing, and mentioned it a little bit in the first period. There's a look at the Icebergs and the cities around the area from which the Icebergs draw players: Stoughton, Deerfield, Evansville, McFarland, Monona Grove, and Oregon. And it's nice to be on with you in those communities on TV, and we certainly appreciate the stations in your local community playing these games back as time goes on. I should also mention, coming up in January, next month, we will be, of course, with those 6 schools all involved in the Icebergs Co-op. Every year, the Icebergs host one home game away from the Mann Center, and it rotates every year. Sometimes they do it in Oregon, sometimes they do it elsewhere. This year, on January 6th, I believe it is, the Icebergs will be playing a home game in McFarland, and I'll be in McFarland for that game, working with the staff up there at WMCF TV in McFarland, and so we'll have Icebergs hockey from the McFarland Ice Arena coming up in January. 2-1 our score tonight as the Lakeshore Lightning lead over the Icebergs. And Lakeshore, as we mentioned a couple of times in the early going, they are 2-2-1 on the season. And the Icebergs still looking for their first win of the year at 0-5. So we get ready for the second period. Certainly encourage you, as always, to come out to the Mann Center if you have a chance to cheer on the girls, cheer on the boys too if you're in Stoughton. And always a good time here at the Mann Center with Chuck-a-Duck, which we'll have between second and third periods coming up a little bit later on. Second period coming up now. Lightning leading over the Icebergs by a score of 2-1. And the opening faceoff of the second period is won by the Icebergs, sent back toward the Iceberg zone. And a rocket shot through neutral ice and then into the Lakeshore zone, but icing called. And we'll get a face-off to the Iceberg zone here. Again, much the same way the first period started, just 10 seconds gone before we get a stoppage. Face-off won by the Icebergs. Comes back out toward the blue line, flipped along, and cleared out by the Icebergs. Moving ahead is Sydney Shipper to the corner. Centering pass, knocked aside, into the circle. Now the Lightning will start the rush back the other way. Played along right down here below us at the penalty boxes. A couple of players really got tangled up, and the puck loose between the circles, pounded off the boards and poked out. Shipper giving chase. They turn and fire it back to neutral ice to Ellie Fisher. Sent back into the Iceberg zone. Lightning player lost a stick as it goes sliding down to the corner. Puck behind the net. A centering pass, never got in front. Still at the side of the net. They hammer it over here to the near side boards. Now a shot from the circle goes high and wide of the mark. Back into the corner now. And they wrap it around the boards, and it comes back up to this near side. Held up there by Lauren Curtis. Curtis gets it back at the point, and they'll dump it down toward the corner for Kellner. Kellner waiting, swinging a miss on the pass. Kellner goes over a little bit further now carries it behind the net. They tried to center it, but an Iceberg stick got in the way. Coming back is Sammy Nelson, had it taken off of her stick. She'll recollect it, and now down to the bottom of the circle. Centering pass hit the side of the net. The ricochet goes into the corner, now back out toward the point, and cleared out by Lakeshore. Sydney Bartlett has it. Bartlett, top of the circle, hanging the puck way out to the side to keep it away from the defense. Taylor Nishes pushes it to Hannah Weber, who pops it in the air. Hannah with a head of steam. Kicked along back to herself was Sammy Nelson. Haley Heffel out of Deerfield, the junior, sends it into the corner and behind the net. Lakeshore starts the rush back toward the Icebergs end. Kellner with it, top of the circle, had it taken off of her stick nicely by Kelsey Waldner, and a giveaway at the top of the circle into the slot. They'll chase it down over to the other side. Fisher has it. Fisher down to the corner, behind the net, wraparound opportunity, and never was able to pull the trigger on a shot. They play it over to the near side wall, and they kick it along. Poked out, and the puck slides back down to the Lakeshore end. First to pick it up is Sydney Shipper. She shoots, and a nice save there by McArdle, able to keep it out on the glove side, and the clock stops with 14:24 to go. Hannah Weber with the one goal for the Icebergs so far tonight, and Anna Gontarski, the 2 goals for Lakeshore. Lightning start the rush, a 3-on-2. Back pass back to herself. Icebergs turn and fire it back out. Erin Olson starts the rush up the near side. They put the brakes on there. Poke through traffic at the circle. A shot goes just wide to the left. The loose puck comes back to Shirella. Popped up high in the air and out to neutral. Puck right down the middle of the ice. Oh, and a near giveaway. A dangerous play. And the Icebergs very fortunate not to give up a goal there. 13:44 to go in the second period. Played off the wall, back to the point, held in by Lakeshore. Bounding puck, side of the net. And it comes over here to this near side where the Icebergs flip it out of the zone. And the rush is on. All the way down to the other end. The Lightning first to play it. Fisher passes it back toward the near side corner. And the Lightning start a rush. That's stick got in the way of the pass. Fisher gets it back for a moment. Now carried in, retreating. A shot and a score! Avon Gruner kind of smalled herself up when that shot was taken. And now it is 3-1 Lakeshore.
11:37. 7 with the goal, 11 and 37.
3:45 time of the goal here in the second period. Caitlin Kennedy with the goal. To the other side, bounding puck goes wide of the mark. Played hard off the wall behind the net. And now bottom of the circle. Here's another shot. Bounding puck right in front, and Gruner collapses on it. So Lauren Curtis and Ellie Fisher get the assists on that last goal. 12:52 left. Lakeshore now leading 3-1. Icebergs win the faceoff. Sydney Shipper with it right down the middle of the ice. Now comes over here to her right to the near side. Down to the corner, still with it, carries it behind the net, tries to center it, backhand shot, save made. Loose puck at the side of the net and collected by Lauren Curtis. Curtis pushes it ahead toward the blue line, out to neutral ice. They'll poke it over to the near side wall. Lakeshore brings it into the Iceberg zone and down into the corner. 12:22 to go, centering pass knocked aside by Rachel Louise. Bounding puck, and that should not be icing, I don't think, but it is. So face-off coming back down to the Iceberg zone after icing is called. 12:13 to play. Lakeshore with their first goal here in the second period, third goal overall. Face-off in the Iceberg zone after the icing call. Trying to play it along the wall to get it out of there. And they force the issue down to the corner. 3 or 4 players battle for it as it slides behind the net. Good battle going on between Gwen Shirella and Taylor Nishes. They finally come away with it up the near side wall. Icebergs get it to Nishes and out of the zone. Now the rush is on the other way. Sammy Nelson with it, had it taken off of her stick. Lightning able to get it back out to neutral ice. And Waldner, among others, poke it back in front of the Lakeshore bench now. Puck along the red line. Brianna Pfaff sends it to the blue line and now back out. Lauren McCormack from West Bend East sends it over to the other side. Popped high in the air, neutralized there. They swing and a miss on the pass. McCormack has it back as she'll cross the blue line on the right side. Bounding puck goes wide of the mark and behind the net to the corner on this side as we approach the 11-minute mark to play here in period number 2. Back to neutral ice now. Icebergs have it. That's a tackle. No penalty coming up. Sammy Nelson got taken down out of the play at neutral ice. Now the race back on. Here's Guntarski looking for a hat trick. Got pushed out of the play. A penalty coming up against the Icebergs. And it's going to be a hook.
Oh! Can I go? I just had a jump. Tell me when you're going to change. I had no idea that was happening. 3 minor hook. I think it's 3, right? Yeah, 3.
So Haley Heffel into the penalty box for a hook. And so that's the first penalty of the night, and Lakeshore has their first power play. Actually, first power play period for either side. Kennedy, centering pass. Icebergs have it in the circle, popped way up high in the air. And it rolls on its edge back down to the Lakeshore zone. Carried in now by Fisher, almost taken away from behind. Fisher slaloms her way through traffic, and a backhand shot saved by Gruner. And we get a stoppage of play with 10:18 to go and 1:33 left in the Icebergs penalty. Face-off carried behind the net. Along to the far side wall, into the corner. Back behind the net now as we approach 10 minutes to play in the second period. Lakeshore on a power play here for another minute and 14. Centering pass, got it free, and then comes out to the top of the circle. Fisher with it. They'll drop it down to the corner, but that's intercepted by the Icebergs, and they just turn and fire it out of the zone. McCardle comes out of goal to play it. 1 minute to go in the penalty, 9:45 to go second period. Lauren Curtis with it right down the middle of the ice. Curtis pushes it ahead, Guntarski, and then taken away by the Icebergs, but not out of the zone as Curtis able to keep the zone and now cleared out. Olsen, Aaron Olsen, beg your pardon, Izzy Newton sent it in. And now she'll give chase shorthanded all the way down to the corner. 33 seconds left in the penalty. Side of the net. Now back out to neutral. Only Icebergs there. Izzy Newton gets around traffic and now pushed back ahead into the Iceberg zone, and this should be icing. It will be against Lakeshore. So with just 12 seconds left in the penalty and 8:57 to go for the period, we'll skate back down to the Lakeshore zone and get a face-off. Face-off drawn down toward the corner. Down to 7, 6, and 5 seconds left in the penalty. Quickly back comes Brianna Pfaff. Pfaff, a drop pass to the top of the circle. A shot never got toward goal. Penalty is over. Both teams back to full strength. Puck comes toward the middle, and now taken again by the Icebergs. Rachel Louise has it, and she sends it across the blue line into the Lakeshore zone, where Sydney Bartlett will be first to play, and it goes behind the net to the other side. Back around this way. 8:24 to go in the second. To the corner, and then behind the net. Still loose. Now they'll bring it back this way. To the middle, and the Lightning finally able to get it out of the zone. Pfaff with it. Little drop pass. That got intercepted and interfered with. Sydney Schipper starts the rush back the other way, and that should be too far in front of everybody. However, it was picked up by Lauren Curtis back in her own zone. Long pass back the other way. Caitlin Kennedy has it. Kennedy is 1-on-3. She'll just dump it in the corner as we approach 7.5 minutes to play in the second period. Erin Olsen up the far side. Bounced off of an ankle. Karams behind the net and then hammered off the boards near side. And the Lightning able to hold the zone. Puck at the top of the circle and now cleared out. And this will be icing against the Icebergs. And a face-off coming up back down in their zone with 7:11 to go in the second period. Just one goal so far here in the second, that by Caitlin Kennedy at the 3:45 mark for Lakeshore to give them the current score in a 2-goal lead at 3-1. Face-off won by the Icebergs this time. Heffel will carry it behind the net and then give it away. Oh boy, quick wrister goes right through the crease. Not sure that Gruner ever really saw that one. Popped high in the air and then bounced down over here in front of the Lakeshore bench, down to the corner. Heffel turns and fires it back this way for Hannah Weber. And a giveaway to the top of the circle. Lauren Curtis has it. Curtis with a shot. That's a redirect into the slot. Big pile up there. Still bodies in front. And it's still loose now, bottom of the circle. Finally over to the corner out of harm's way. Played off the wall. Icebergs not able to get it out of the zone. Now finally it's poked free. Over to this near side. And then down to the corner. Off the wall. Heffel with it. Behind the net. Long pass all the way down to the other end, right in on goal. Oh. I don't know if McCardle touched that or not, but it will be an icing call against the Icebergs, so a face-off coming back down to their zone with 6:13 to go. Off the face-off, this is poked out toward the blue line, heading down toward the bottom of the circle. Centering pass, nobody home. A lot of empty space there. And here's a shot that gets redirected. One-time blast save made by Gruner, and it's kicked free off to the near side. Waldner was at the side of the net. She was slow to get up, comes back out to the point. Fisher has it, her shot, save. Rebound loose in the crease, and finally covered up again by Gruner. 5:47 left in the second. Icebergs trail 3-1. James Weingard with you on the Icebergs Television Network tonight, WSTO and Stoughton among others. And again, if you're Joining us live tonight on Friday night, if you're looking for basketball, please check over on the Stoughton Sports Network, which is one channel down from where we are. Centering pass, steered aside by Gruner. Now the Icebergs will start a rush, but that's intercepted by the Lightning. Loose puck, top of the circle, carried in now. And the Icebergs take it right back. Sophia Macero had it. They will clear it out to neutral, and it's going to be Fisher. Now carried back in. Here comes Gontarski in the circle, kicked aside. Gontarski gets it back now in the slot. Here's a quick shot. That's knocked aside. And the puck comes back out to the top of the circle. A little slow roller over to the far side now and cleared back toward the blue line. Held in by Lakeshore as we hit 5:05 to go and cleared out. And this will head back down toward McCardle and over to the far side wall. Back to neutral ice now. Bounding puck at the blue line. Settled down by Gontarski. And Gontarski will carry it across into the Iceberg zone. Gontarski gets it, and a high shot hit Gruner in the helmet, and the loose puck comes all the way back out to the blue line. They'll send it back in toward a little bit lower. Here's a shot, knocked down and cleared out by the Icebergs, and out to neutral. Lauren Curtis sends it in. It bounces off of an ankle, comes back out to the red line. They send it wide of everybody over to the far side, and the Lightning will send it back into the Iceberg zone. Down to the corner, first to play it there. Icebergs push it up along the near side wall. Played off, back to the point, now out to neutral. It slides down to the Lakeshore blue line, where pile-up happens down there. Erpenbeck, and now the Icebergs not able to catch up to it as Lauren Curtis will trot it in. Curtis, little backhand pass, tried to get it to the middle. She does. Here's a shot. Oh, kick save made at the last possible second. Kicked it off the post, did Gruner, and it finally comes over to the near side. Centering pass is intercepted by the Icebergs. Giefel, long pass ahead. That goes all the way back down to the other end, sticked aside. And first to plate is Alexis Short for the Icebergs. Back behind the net with 3.5 minutes to play in the second. Now the Lightning will send it wobbling down to the Iceberg zone, and icing is called and a face-off coming into the Lakeshore end with 3:26 left. So 3:26 to play in the second period. Icebergs trailing 3-1. And the face-off won by Lakeshore as they carry it behind their own net. They start back the other way now. Sydney Bartlett has it up to the top of the circle. Ellison Kellner and out of the zone. The Icebergs get it right back though as Aaron Olsen carries it in and trickles it into the corner. Back to the point and out. Played along the near side wall. Olsen, or Izzy Newton, I beg your pardon, sends it in. 3 minutes left in the second period. Middle of the ice. Ellie Fisher. Fisher slaloming her way through traffic. A shot. Oh boy. Powerful wrister goes wide of the mark. Again, a centering pass goes through the slot. Nobody home there as it goes harmlessly into the corner. They play it behind the Lakeshore net and it ends up in the corner here on this side. 2:35 to play in the second period. Right in front, still loose, and a goal. Gruner never got a handle on the puck. She's complaining to the official. But it's going to be a good goal for Lakeshore. She's still with her hands in the air.
I got 10-17, 10 with the goal.
Sydney Bartlett with the goal for...
She never had it covered. She just kept floating in behind her.
You may have heard the referee telling the Iceberg coaches what happened there. Never had it. Taylor Nishis with a shot, save made by McCardle. 14:35 time the goal for Bartlett. That makes it 4-1. Out to the top of the circle, quick wrister, and that one save made by McCardle. Now from the circle, big pile up, and they had a wide open look at it. Back in the slot again, comes out to the high slot and just out of the zone. They send it back in, delayed offside. Everybody touches up for the Icebergs. Less than 2 minutes to go in the second period. 2 goals by the Lightning have extended their lead out to 4-1. Right off the wall. Puck bounds at neutral ice. Right at the red line. Minute and 40 left. Into the Iceberg zone now. Kantarski, drop pass. Here's a rising shot and hit the inside of the post and caromed out. How that stayed out, I'll never know. Great shot there by Lauren Curtis, and the pipe was the goalie's best friend in that case, literally the very best friend. Now carried in. Aaron Olson with a shot. Save, rebound is just wide to the right. Less than a minute to go in the second period. 4-1 our score. Puck comes out to neutral. Races on down here below us at neutral ice, and now into the middle for Caitlin Kennedy. Her shot is neutralized. Settled down by the Lightning, but they overskated it. It slides over here to the near side corner. 40 seconds to play in the second. Pile up along the near side boards. Puck free. Icebergs have it, but not out of the zone. Now it finally does come out. 30 seconds to go in the period. Brianna Pfaff has it and poked back by the Icebergs. Carried in. Here's Aaron Olson. Aaron, backhand shot. Save made. The loose puck. If they get it in front, they had a chance. Back out to Rachel Louise. Her shot redirected, and another save made with 15 seconds left. Puck out to neutral now with 8, 7, and 6. Kellner across the blue line, played high off the glass, back to the blue line again, and into the circle, and that's the way this second period will come to an end. Excitement galore in the second, but 2 goals by the Lakeshore Lightning have extended their lead. It's now 4-1. This is high school girls hockey, the non-conference play between the Lightning of Lakeshore Lightning and the Icebergs on the Icebergs television network.
Looking for employment? Ready to brag to your friends about bringing your skills to the next level? Step up to Stoughton Trailers. We offer a wide range of employment opportunities and great benefits in a job that starts where you want, when you want, and can change everything. No experience required. Apply now.
Take a step back to yesteryear. Friday nights from 5 until midnight, WSTO will be featuring classic movies, including such titles as The Brain That Wouldn't Die, His Girl Friday, and more. Friday night movies from 5 p.m. until midnight on WSTO TV and online at WSTO.tv.
At Stoughton Hospital, you're always more than just a patient. Let our award-winning staff show you the best possible care, starting with accepting all area insurances. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care close to home.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the second place prize, number 216, who is Chris G. Chris G is in George. You are the second place winner. You get baskets for a year from Culver's. If you go near the entrance and see Chris, she will get you your coupons. And then first and third place. First and third place is going to number 203 and 213. A subject that goes only by the name of Quast or Cast. He or she is winning first place. It's custard for a year, and third place, which is a value basket meal for a family. So see Chris Olsen near the entrance, and she will get your prize. Thank you for playing.
It's 4-1, and We will be back with the third period coming up in just a minute. Back at the Mann Center, James Weingard with you on the Iceberg Television Network. 4-1 our score, with the Lakeshore Lightning leading over the Icebergs in the second intermission. And in that second period, it was Caitlin Kennedy getting a goal at 3:45 to make it 3-1. And then Sydney Bartlett with a goal at 14:35. And that makes our score 4-1, which is where we're at now. Stoughton Hospital stats report through the first two periods. 24 shots on goal for the Lightning, 17 for the Icebergs, 19 saves for the, well, I think we're close on the numbers. 20 saves for the Icebergs. I think that actually should be 18 shots and 17 saves is what we're looking at. So, but that's all right. We're good. And then the 1 penalty for 2 minutes for the Icebergs in that second period. So we head to the third period now. That second intermission, friends, if you could see what happens behind the scenes at one of our productions, it's always so calm and civil and no chaos or anything like that. It's a smoothly run ship here, friends. So we get ready for period number 3. Teams will be coming out. Lakeshore standing at their door, dancing. There you see the referee doing a little housekeeping, getting the net back on its spot, and we get ready for the third period of this 4-1 non-conference game between the Lakeshore Lightning and the Icebergs. There's a look at the Icebergs and the student section behind them. The Icebergs come out, and we get ready for the third period. A reminder for you that we have more hockey for you coming up tomorrow afternoon, Saturday, the 7th of December, and we will be on the air against Cedarburg, and that'll be a 4:15 start tomorrow. So a special start time for girls hockey tomorrow afternoon. And then I think we have maybe 1 or 2 more games before the holidays. Yeah, we'll be on the air Tuesday for more hockey. So 4-1 our score, Lakeshore leading over the Icebergs. So we apologize for some technical problems. We are at 16:10 to go in the third period, to the middle of the ice, and the Lightning come back the other way with Anna Gontarski. Gontarski lost the handle on the puck, goes over to the circle on the far side. And now to the corner here on this side. And the puck goes sliding all the way down to the Lakeshore end, and we get an icing call. So we have 15:40 to go in the third period. Lakeshore in front by a score of 4-1. And the face-off coming back out toward the blue line. Icebergs trying to come away with it, could not. Bartlett has it, she's taken out of the play. They played along the blue line. Eliopoulos with it right into the glove of David Gruner, and we'll get a face-off. So we have 15:20 to go in the third period, and up along the far side to the middle, here's a shot, save made, and the puck goes into the corner here on this side. Apologize for some of our audio problems, but I think we might have them fixed now, maybe. Still nothing. So I'm not going out on TV. Is it maybe in the snake? You want to put it in a different input in the snake? So we have 13:13 to go here in the third period. And the score is 4-1, Lakeshore leading over the Icebergs, and this will be an icing call against the Icebergs, so a face-off coming back down to the other end. .12:58 left, face-off coming in the ice. Aaron Olson just picked up a goal for the Icebergs. Sydney Schipper and Taylor Nishis with the assists. It's now 4-2. And the Icebergs coming up again. Here's Taylor. She drops it off for Olson. Here's a centering pass. And it is a save by McCardle. So 12:19 to play in the third period, and it's now 4-2.
Your Icebergs goal scored by number 19, Aaron Olson, assisted by number 10, Taylor Nishis, and number 15, Sydney Schipper.
Taylor Nishis and Sydney Schipper get the assists on the Icebergs goal, and they have it back again over here on the near side. A shot goes toward the side of the net. They try and get it in front, could not. Taken away by Sydney Bartlett, and now the Lightning come back with it. And again, we apologize for some of our audio difficulties tonight. Hopefully you're able to keep following the action while I was taking an unintended break. Back the other way come the Icebergs, taken back by Lakeshore as they cross the blue line. However, we have an offside call against Lakeshore. 11:48 to play in the third period. It's now a 4-2 game. Face-off just outside the Iceberg zone after the offside call. And the puck hung up right at the blue line. Carried in, top of the circle, a shot, saved. Oh, had it, but she lost it, and it's going to be a goal. Gruner wasn't able to maintain control of the puck. It fell out of her glove and into the back of the net. And so, a goal for Lakeshore here. .40 time remaining here in the third. So it's now 5-2 with 11.5 minutes to play. And the puck goes behind the net and bounding over to the point, held in by Lakeshore. Redirect, and that hit the outside of the post. So we've got nothing. Now 6-2. 9:20 to play in the third period. Puck goes to the side of the net and then behind the net. Wraparound shot and a goal for the Icebergs. Aaron Olson with the goal to make it 6-3. So 6-3 our score now, and we have 9:11 to play in the third. Back come the Icebergs. It goes into the Lakeshore zone over here to this near side corner, poked along. Bounding puck and now out of the zone. Down below the goal line. .8:44 to play in the third. Puck hung up along the boards in the corner on the far side. Chipped up in the air. Taylor Nishit sends it out of the zone. They wave icing off here as it goes back down to the Lakeshore zone where it's collected by Ellie Fisher. Fisher up the middle of the ice, taken away by the Icebergs, and the Lightning send it back down.
Trying this one. We're just going on park to try it with this.
7:20 to play in the third period, and the Icebergs now trail 6-3. Puck goes down toward the Lakeshore zone. They tip it off to the side, and it's played there by Lauren Curtis. Back out to neutral ice for Rachel Louise, and she will send it back in to the Lakeshore zone. Approaching 7 minutes left here in the third. And a giveaway. Icebergs able to hold the zone with Sophia Macero. Back down to the corner. And the puck comes loose to neutral. Kontarski has it and comes right in. And then crashed into the goalie, did Kontarski. 6:45 time remaining. And we get a bit of a pause here while they work on Avon Gruner, the Iceberg goalie who just got crashed into. So 6:45 time remaining. Here's a shot. Gruner steers it aside. Chipped out to neutral, and this is going to be Sydney Shipper, 1-on-3. Shipper up into the corner on the far side. Gets it back, centering pass, nobody home. It goes through the slot and over here to this near side where the Icebergs are able to play it. Back down to the corner now and behind the net. On the other side, big collision there. Puck hung up in the circle, and then tracked it back down, and they'll carry. Held up there by Sammy Nelson. She gets tackled as she goes into the zone, and now a penalty coming up here against Lakeshore.
That was my theory too.
So Sydney Bartlett goes into the penalty box for body checking. 6:01 remaining in the third in a 6-3 game, and the Icebergs will have their first power play of the night.
Lakeshore penalty on number 10, Sydney Bartlett, 2 minutes for body check.
So after an unorganized line change, players come back out, ready for the face-off. Icebergs on a power play for a couple of minutes, and they win the face-off out to the point. Here's a rising shot, save made, loose puck, and they will not get it in, still loose at the side of the net. Big pile up there again, now out to the point. Heffel with it, and she'll send it across at the blue line for Waldner. Her shot gets steered aside. Lakeshore comes away. Fisher with it, and an offside call. .5:29 to play, 1:28 left in the penalty. Face off outside the Iceberg zone, now poked in and right back out. And that goes into the penalty boxes. Bounces around in there, 5:18 to play. 1:17 left in the penalty to Lakeshore.
Derek's troubleshooting right now. Listen. I think it's a TriCaster problem. That was me. putting us back together. Okay, up here. All right. He says you want to go.
All right, I'm back.
1:14. This is on a handheld mic, by the way.
108, 107, 106 to go in the third. Working on my headset.
1 minute to play the period.
Oh, the headset I'm using? We're going to use your headset again.
42, 41, 40 seconds.
Is it working?
6-3 our score. Bounding puck back out to neutral and then into the Lakeshore zone with 30 seconds to play. And behind the net, centering pass goes through everybody and then back out near the point. 20 seconds to go.
You have audio?
Back in to the Iceberg zone with 14, 13, and 12 seconds left. Sophia Macero with it, under 10 to play, into the circle, back behind the net with 3, 2, and 1, and that's the way this one will come to an end. So our final score tonight, 6-3, Lakeshore with the win, and again we apologize for the technical problems throughout the third period, but the Lakeshore Lightning come back, hold on to win this one by a score of 6-3. Aaron Olson gets a couple of goals tonight for the Icebergs, Hannah Weber as well. So with the win, Lakeshore improves to 3-2-1 in the season, and the Icebergs drop to 0-6. And so that's going to do it for us here tonight from the Mant Center. We will be back with you tomorrow afternoon on Saturday, December 7th at 4:15 against Greenfield. I hope you can join us then. Until then, this is James Weingard from the Mant Center. Again, our final score tonight, the Lakeshore Lightning 6 and the Icebergs 3. This has been a presentation of the Icebergs Television Network, powered by WSTO TV. For more, go online, WSTO.tv. See you tomorrow for more sports. Till then, James Weingard, good night from the Mant Center in Stoughton.
Looking for employment? Ready to brag to your friends about bringing your skills to the next level? Step up to Stoughton Trailers. We offer a wide range of employment opportunities and great benefits in a job that starts where you want, when you want, and can change everything. No experience required. Apply now.
Take a step back to yesteryear. Friday nights from 5 until midnight, WSTO will be featuring classic movies, including such titles as The Brain That Wouldn't Die, His Girl Friday, and more. Friday night movies from 5 p.m. until midnight on WSTO TV and online at WSTO.tv. This broadcast of Icebergs Hockey on the Icebergs Television Network is brought to you by Stoughton Hospital. For more than 100 years, our neighbors in the Stoughton area have trusted Stoughton Hospital to provide personalized, forward-thinking expert health care. Stoughton Hospital is a proud supporter of WSTO programming, trusted care close to home in both Stoughton and Oregon. Stoughton Trailers is proud to support Stoughton High School athletics. Come join the family. Apply now on our career page at stoughtontrailers.com. Four Lakes Broadband, robust business-class residential fixed wireless internet service with great customer service. The Icebergs television network is powered by the Stoughton Sports Network.